Hello, how's it going? This is Ronaldo Hernandez, and today I want to talk to you about my macro distribution on a carnivore. So on carnivore, you own the two main macronutrients that you are getting your energy from are from protein and fat. Now with carnivore, it's highly like recommended that you go high fat because this will kind of give you more fuel for your day. However, though, if you are like training, you know, or a performance athlete, uh, it's recommended that glucose is your main source of fuel, and you can still achieve this. You can still achieve like a giving your body that glucose, and that's by ingesting large amounts of protein. That's because when you eat a certain amount of protein, your body can still break it down as glucose. Not just from carbohydrates. However, you can do the same thing with that with fat. If you eat high fat, um, your body's gonna use that more for energy, the fat. So speaking of that, um, me training right now, um, I used to train on it like ketosis, like I used to be on a keto diet, this and that. However, I did notice a difference in my performance for like cardio or like any kind of like high intensity interval training. I've noticed that my body felt kind of, you could say, smoother on being on under ketosis, and but it didn't have the same like intensity though as I would have with feeding my body with carbohydrates and all that. So also it's kind of a little hard to build muscle being under keto. Um, yeah, something to do with like the glycogen in your muscles aren't as much, and that's very like essential for like building muscle. You want the same like kind of like um you kind of want your muscles to like kind of look filled up, you know, because when you're on keto, like your muscles look more flat. That's because their glycogen stores are not full. They're depleted because you're running on ketones. So that's why when people I know you see like keto bodybuilders, but they kind of complain about that, looking flatter and so much and all that. So on carnivore, I still try to keep I try to get a high amount of protein to get that glucose and fill my muscles up with glycogen. So what it's looking right now is like I do like a 1-to-1 ratio of protein and fat. However, though, I do go higher protein than fat, but it's still in like 1-to-1 range. So let's say like I'm eating like 200 and like 60 grams of fat, and I go with like 300 grams of protein. That's still in like in the 1-to-1 range, but it's like slightly higher protein. If you want to look at it as like like percentage wise, it will be between 30 to 40% protein and then 60 to 70% fat. But I still try to aim more towards the 35 to 40% protein, just so I can make sure I get enough glucose in. Because it's considered keto macros if you go past like 75 or 70. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to stay out of ketosis. But anyway though, if you don't mind being in ketosis on carnivore, then that's all you. I mean, there are benefits to being on the ketosis, like mental clarity, um, inflammation levels are down. You're burning fat all the time. So, you know, depending on like how my week is looking or my day looking, and how could how much I could how much food I could buy, uh, or how expensive food I could buy, I would generally go more towards higher protein and than higher protein and fat. However, though, if money is tight, um, I tend to get like the cheap like packages of like beef, like ground beef, and I get like the 73% fat, no 7%, 73% lean, and like the rest fat, just like about like what 27%, and those tend to be like twice the amount of like fat than protein, and I tend to rely on those because it's cheaper. Like I could buy like the 5 pound ones for like $15, eat that, and obviously it's gonna be higher fat than protein, but at that point I'm just eating just to eat, get something on my belly. But if I do have money, shit, I'll try to get like a nice couple of ribeye steaks, buy some liver, even though liver's not that expensive, but I like to eat as much liver as I can too, 'cause that's a pretty good source of protein. That helps me get that protein count up. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about. If you're a performance athlete, or are looking into trying to build more muscle, I suggest going to higher protein um, range, which would be at least 35 to 40% protein, and the fat should at least be around to the same level as protein gram wise if for energy, but protein should still be much higher than fat if you're looking into performance and like trying to build muscle. If you're just like a person who's not really worried about that or has like other goals, then eating a higher fat will definitely still suit you, still benefit you because you'll get more into ketosis. You get the more benefits of ketosis than burning fat, and will for sure be easier to kind of like be on carnivore too. You won't really have to worry about so much about like meal performance and all that. So I thank you for tuning in, and this is a fast life.